Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us for our Western edition. It was an extraordinary day in Washington, unlike we have ever seen before. We've got breaking news in three important stories, with President Trump right in the middle of all of them. First, his acting chief of staff admitted there was a quid pro quo. Military aid to Ukraine was contingent on that country investigating the Democrats. It was a move that stunned even the president's own legal team. The president has also decided to hold the next G7 summit at his own golf resort, in effect using his office to direct a massive contract to himself in possible violation of the Constitution. And Mr. Trump had high praise for a temporary ceasefire in Syria worked out by Vice President Pence, in which Turkey gets virtually everything it was seeking when it attacked America's Kurdish allies. Our team is covering all of these fast-moving developments from Washington to the Syrian border. We're going to begin with Nancy Cordes, who is on Capitol Hill tonight. And Nancy, was this in effect a confession from one of the president's most senior members of his staff?
If it was, Nora, it left the president's own lawyers mystified and blindsided, according to our sources. So tonight, Mulvaney is already trying to walk his comments back, saying in a statement that he was somehow misconstrued.
I have news for everybody. Get over it. There's going to be political influence in foreign policy.
The president's acting chief of staff, Mick Mulvaney, admitted today that there was a quid pro quo involving U.S. military aid to Ukraine, but not, he insisted, for the reason everyone thinks.
The money held up had absolutely nothing to do with Biden. There's no question, and that was the point I made to you.
Instead, he said, President Trump put a temporary hold on millions in aid to get Ukraine to investigate a debunked theory about a hidden server containing Hillary Clinton's emails.
Look back to what happened in 2016 certainly was part of the thing that he was worried about in corruption with that nation.
But the White House summary of a call from July shows President Trump asked his Ukrainian counterpart to investigate both the CrowdStrike server and former Vice President Joe Biden, his potential campaign rival.
Things have just gone from very, very bad to much, much worse.
Mulvaney's comments stunned impeachment investigators on Capitol Hill. New Jersey Democrat Tom Malinowski.
It has never happened in the history of this country, as far as I know, to condition security assistance on a personal political favor for the President of the United States. And they've just admitted that's exactly what they did.
Another central figure testified behind closed doors today. Gordon Sondland, the U.S. ambassador to the European Union, said he was disappointed when the president directed him to work with his personal lawyer, Rudy Giuliani, whose agenda, quote, included an effort to prompt the Ukrainians to investigate Vice President Biden.
The White House is saying this is what happens in politics all the time. Get over it. That may be true, but not in America.
And Nancy, I have to ask you tonight, what did the Justice Department have to say about all this?
Well, Nora, we're told by sources there that justice officials were angry and utterly confused by something that Mulvaney said. He suggested that the president just wanted Ukraine to cooperate with a U.S. investigation into the 2016 election. Well, DOJ fired off a statement saying that, quote, if the White House was withholding aid in regards to any investigation at DOJ, that is news to us.
Hard to believe what's happened today, Nancy. Thank you.